I'm so glad that you are sharing this with your followers because this will get the word out of a product that makes a huge difference in your life. And as you know, if pain is leading your life, it's very hard to focus on anything else.
On this week's episode, I'm excited to be joined by Maggie Milwood from Enerex Botanicals. Maggie is a certified holistic nutritionist with a deep passion for helping people make informed, empowered decisions about their health. She is dedicated to guiding consumers towards the cleanest, highest quality supplements to meet their unique wellness needs. Her work with Enerex Botanicals is a natural extension of that mission. Enerex is a proudly Canadian company that's been a trusted name in the natural health space since 1997. They specialize in high-quality, evidence-based formulations that are third-party tested for purity and effectiveness. With a strong commitment to innovation and excellence, Enerex continues to exceed expectations for both consumers and business partners across the country. Today, Maggie and I will be diving into the science and strategies behind Enerex's unique product formulations, why they choose the ingredients they do, and how these choices help support optimal health. This episode is packed with practical, expert-backed insight to help you feel your best. So grab your thinking cap and let's dive in. Welcome, Maggie. Welcome to Talk to Vicky, RHN, a total approach to wellness.
It is a delight to be with you, Vicky. Thanks so much for having me.
Yes, we're going to dive in deep on all things Enerex. Now, Enerex is a company that's been around since 1997. Their main mission is to create a distinctive class of nutritional supplements offering the highest level of efficacy without compromise. I love that. And Enerex is a Canadian company.
It is.
It is. So let's talk a little bit before we get too far into Enerex. Let's talk a little bit about yourself and how you got yourself involved with Enerex, a little bit of history about yourself and your background as an educator for this company.
Well, one of my preferable skills or preferable ways of sharing information is to bring education to the marketplace. And I started out in natural health as a holistic nutritionist. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist. Having my own business, Perfect Health Solutions, I have loved sharing information with women, particularly in midlife, who are seeking to embrace the changes that happen at that time naturally. I've always been a fan of Enerex, having first discovered them maybe over 10 years ago. And it was at the CHFA on the east side that I actually found them. And my first encounter was with the greens, and I've been hooked ever since. So having been offered the position to support them and share more details on the supplements, it has become something that I have loved doing. And that's how I got involved with them. There are third-party evidence-based quality supplements, and I don't believe in compromise either. So I find that our values align very well. It's easy for me to share about them.
Well, that's right. If you're passionate about something and you're seeing results, then yeah, you're going to be sharing about it. Tell me a bit about the greens. What makes them unique?
The greens are fabulous because it's not a concentrate. It's actually literally the plants that have been juiced. We have minimized the amount of fiber in it to improve absorption. That makes it really gut friendly. And in addition, we've added probiotics. So it's a really high multivitamin based kind of greens. Has the Hawaiian spirulina, which has a huge reputation for bringing all the goodness, all the B vitamins that are found in spirulina, for example. So it's a very high energizing greens formula, as well as the fact that it's packed with polyphenols, all the plant-based nutrients, and powerful antioxidants as well. So it's like taking a complete multivitamin in a quick, a mix, easy to digest, easy to drink formulation. It's good for the whole family because there are no herbal extracts. So it makes it really easy to consume. The original formula, that's the Greens original, has bee pollen and royal jelly, which is also great for brain health. And the mixed berries has 9 berries. So that means it's also very powerful and impactful with lots of good antioxidants there.
Amazing. And so 1 teaspoon a day, or how's
1 to 2
that?
teaspoons, usually to
Okay.
about 1 cup, which would be 250 mils. And that's what I usually have. And I find that whenever I do take it, it changes my day, gives me lots of energy, helps me to feel very vibrant and fully alive because it's fast absorbing. So you feel it almost instantly. It's really great.
Who do you suggest that for?
The whole family,
Whole
because it doesn't,
family?
yeah,
So children, what age?
children can take it. I would say anyone from 5 and up can take it. It doesn't have herbal extracts, as I mentioned. So
Right,
there's
yes.
no question of medicinal issues in terms of, older adults can take it too. It's a food really. So it can be utilized as part of your diet quite naturally.
Well, and we know that we're deficient in a lot of these minerals or antioxidants. So this is a nice way to just top up your diet. Like you said, I look at greens as a multi as well. So you're getting all those nutrients. And I like what you said about the antioxidants in the berry flavor, having all those berries. And then in the original, bee pollen.
Bee pollen and royal jelly.
Jelly, amazing. That is
Yeah.
amazing. That's fantastic. Now, let's talk about some other products. Now, I know Enerex from black seed oil and black oregano. I had customers coming in for that black oregano because is it actually black oregano or is it because it's with the oil of black seed oil?
It's a combination of the two. So it's wild-crafted oregano
Mhm.
and it's combined with the black seed oil. And I think it's a 40-60 split. And you have more of the oregano in the black oregano formula. But what's beautiful about it is that black seed oil is antimicrobial as well as the oil of oregano. So the combination makes for a very strong impact for your immune system, helping you to overthrow whatever virus or bacteria or fungus is threatening to invade your system. So it's excellent preventatively and also in the moment, if you feel you're getting sick, taking it 4 drops under the tongue is very potent and impactful. The black seed oil, you said you love that. As you probably know, it's anti-inflammatory as well. It's
Mm.
very supportive. There have been some tests done to show that it improves prostate health in men and also blood sugar balancing. I like to think of it as the whole body formula because it takes care of your immune system, it takes care of prostate health, it takes care of balancing blood sugar. And as a nutritionist, that's one of my sweet spots, literally. I like to emphasize the support for your blood sugar. So I am a big fan of the black seed oil, of
Well, I
course.
think any seed, though, seeds are bitter, so any seed will, well, I shouldn't say any seed, but it kind of helps that blood sugar imbalance because it's
Absolutely.
bitter, and we don't
Right.
usually have bitters in our diet. So, yeah, and then the anti-inflammatory part of it. So, and again, a lot of people are inflamed, and we don't even realize stress is inflammation. And
Correct.
it just, yeah, as a daily, you would do it daily or sort of when you're more stressed or like how would you take it?
I think it's a great maintenance supplement.
Okay.
You could easily just follow the label and take half a teaspoon every day, and it would definitely help. If you're under the care of a health practitioner, you could take more. I certainly have seen it impact folks who are taking it a little bit more therapeutically.
Hmm.
And it makes a huge difference in terms of bringing down that inflammation, helping with literally allowing you to move better because of that. It also is very helpful for your digestion, I found. It really helps to support breaking down fats in the body, that kind of thing. So it's one of my favorites.
Well, like you're saying, half a teaspoon, but it's very potent.
It is very potent.
Yes, so
Yes.
half a teaspoon will
Um,
do the job.
it will do the job.
Would you say doing it for a month and then taking a week off or a weekend off?
It depends on the person because it's literally, as you said, a seed. It's not
Hmm.
really necessary to take a break if you're aiming to see results. I'd take it for at least 3 months. But again, depends on the person. Obviously, you wouldn't want to start on a very high therapeutic dose unless you knew how it was working with you.
Yeah. So speaking of anti-inflammatory, you have another great product. It's called Serrapeptase. Now,
Yes.
Serrapeptase has been around for a long time, but it seems like it got pushed to the back of the shelves in a sense. Yeah, like amazing results with that, but other things have, other bells and whistles have come in the forefront. But can you speak on serapeptase, like maybe doing that with the black seed oil together as a combination?
Sure, sure. The black seed oil, I forgot to mention, we have the highest of the active ingredient, thymoquinone, on the market at 2 to 2.5% included in the formula. So combining that with serapeptase, which is a healing enzyme taken from the silkworm, Enerex was actually the first supplement company to introduce it to Canada. And the enzyme helps to break down debris in the body, things like scar tissue. It speeds up healing. It has been proven to be very efficacious with dental surgery, for example. I've read quite a number of studies on that, where you can prepare the gum for surgery before and also get the pain healing component. It takes care of, I've forgotten the name now, but it takes care of the enzyme that creates the pain factor. It blocks it. Bradykinins, I think that's what it's called. It blocks it and therefore helps to reduce the impact that you'd have from post-surgery and helps with speeding up the healing. It takes care of tissue healing by breaking down scar tissue and eliminating it from the body. So it's really helpful also if you're using it for sports injuries or just to support the body with reducing inflammation in general. So the two paired together would be a powerhouse for sure. Yeah, it's very interesting to find out that, a little organism like a silkworm can have such a positive impact on our bodies and very simply done. It just has been curated and processed into this active enzyme that helps to clear up inflammation in our system.
Hmm. So saying that, there's a product out there called Wobenzyme, which
Yes,
customers can't get right now.
yes,
This would be a good replacement.
absolutely.
Yeah, that is good to know because it's that certain enzyme.
Yes.
Yeah, and I can't even think of what it is right now. But
Wolf
yeah,
enzyme helps with healing and breaking
sure,
down scar
yeah,
tissue.
yeah,
So
yeah. And
they're called proteolytic enzymes, you might recall.
that's the word I was
Right,
looking for.
right,
Yes.
right. So
Okay.
you take them in between meals so that they don't act on the
Yes,
digestive system, but
that's
they act
right.
elsewhere outside of the digestion.
Right, right, right. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Yeah.
so many people can use herbaptates. My goodness.
Absolutely. You have
Yeah.
a sore or frozen shoulder, or you have a bum knee, or you've just had lots of surgeries in the past. It can
Yeah.
really make a
And people
difference.
don't realize it too. Like we just, I don't know, as women, we go along and we're in pain or, aches and pains, and we just kind of go with it because we have a higher pain tolerance. But something as simple as that to alleviate some of that pain would really be beneficial.
It would for sure. I agree with you. Like just understanding that there are remedies that we can utilize to support us and we don't have to suffer unnecessarily. I mean, sometimes
Hmm.
pain is a message that you need to listen to for other things. But if you know what you're dealing with and you're able to take a supplement like the Enerex Serrapeptase that would help you, then it makes sense to make good use of it. So I'm so glad that you are sharing this with your followers because this will get the word out of a product that makes a huge difference in your life. And as you know, if pain is leading your life, it's very hard to focus on anything else. So it's good to make an adjustment and get that taken care of for sure.
Just to shift a little bit,
Yes,
Enerex
sure.
has a ton of products, and I'm all about brain health. And, as women go through that change of life, they need support. So, yes, support with maybe joint health, the serrapeptase, maybe support with gut health, the black seed oil. What other products do you have in supporting women transitioning from, perimenopause, menopause to like postmenopausal?
Another area that I really enjoy, Vicky. Thanks for asking. So I like to think of Enerex as the company that brings a complete full body, total wellness approach to
Hmm.
the folks in midlife, especially women, because we're the ones who also want to feel well. And it seems that in that transitional phase from perimenopause to menopause to postmenopausal life, we are the ones that seem to notice our symptoms more so than, say, men who also go through it, but they may be less aware of it. So for us, it's menopause. For them, it's andropause, and we have something for them too. But in terms of the products for midlife and for those menopausal years, I would start with the brain, since that's also in your bailiwick too. We have Memoria plus Huperzine A. Memoria is a wonderful cognitive formula that has a lot of evidence testing done. We have Huperzine A included in our Memoria formula, and Huperzine A is taken from the club moss plant, which actually helps to block the enzyme that would reduce the efficiency of our neurotransmitters. So it breaks down the acetylcholine and helps with brain recollection, general cognition, memory recall with the lion's mane, neurogenesis with phosphatidylserine, helping with nerve growth and the protection of our nerves too,
Hmm.
so that that brain plasticity can take place, the synaptic connections. And
Hmm.
I'm sure you know that women also have closer synapses. So that's why we can jump from topic to topic and do it very easily.
I did
So
not know that.
yes, we
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
So when you do that, when you take the Memoria, then that just enhances that plasticity and the ability to
Yeah.
exchange ideas
So
very
more
quickly.
multitasking then.
More multitasking, although in midlife, we're not supposed to really multitask too much. We're supposed to take it easy and pace
Yeah, yeah.
ourselves.
Tell my
But it
kids
does,
that.
it does enhance the focus. It also has bacopa, which is the herb
Hmm.
that the
Love it.
Brahmins use for focus, and it's supposed to also it gives you everything. Like it enhances the brain circulation. It helps you with focus. It helps with the recollection. If you have any friends that you know who are like gapping, like they can't quite capture the word, that's a
Mm.
great time for them to take Memoria plus the Huperzine A. And it also has the highest dosage that's allowed of the Huperzine A in Canada inside the
Oh,
formula. So it's
there's a
amazing.
lot of ingredients in there, like a
Lots
lot of
of ingredients, quite
helpful
a few.
ingredients.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And then, it's not just for midlife women, like
No,
anyone can take it,
anyone who's
if you're
struggling a little bit there.
yeah, and I find in September we get very busy.
Exactly.
Summertime, you're kind of relaxed, everyone, your routine, but come September, I need some sort of support to be sharp.
Yes.
And yeah, and so I look for stuff like that to keep me sharp because everything starts happening back to routine. Customers are coming back. And yeah, so I look for stuff
That's
like that.
true.
Or students going back to school or exam time, they can utilize that to help them retain their studies. Yeah.
Absolutely. Recollection is key for students and
Mm-hmm.
quick recollection. So it would be a
Mm-hmm.
great formula for
Mm-hmm.
university students, especially. I would imagine
Mm-hmm.
that they could
Mm-hmm.
benefit from that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, is there other products what's your favorite? I know you said the greens before, but
I love the greens.
yeah, no, they sound amazing. What are some of your other favorite products that
Well, I
brought
love
you
the
on
bone
board?
health. I love the
Oh,
bone health one. So the
okay.
bone health is called OsteoCalMag, and
Oh,
it is particularly wonderful because it has the formulation that has all the minerals that are necessary for the improvement of the absorption of calcium. The form of the calcium is calcium citrate, which is easily absorbed. It doesn't get broken down by the stomach acid. It doesn't need stomach acid actually to, improve the absorption. You can actually take this formula on an empty stomach. You don't need to do it with
Mhm.
food. It's very easy compliance. 3 of the tablets will give you 1,500 milligrams, which is right around the level where you're trying to protect from osteoporosis or trying to
Mhm.
just make sure that you don't go into osteopenia. And then it also has vitamin K2 and D3, but the K2 is very special because it has been microencapsulated. So what that does is it protects from the degradation of the calcium in the formulation. If you have K2 in a complete bone formula and it doesn't have that microencapsulation, it means it could degrade the calcium. So at the end, at the expiry of the product, you might not be getting what was promised on the package in the beginning. And the other part that is a favorite for me is being a nutritionist. You know, I love to make sure that there's great sources of foods in everyone's diet. And we also have kale. Kale is, of course, a good source of calcium as well. And having the food factor in the supplement is a big win for me.
That's very unique.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very, very unique. I,
Yeah,
I agree. Good
yeah, and
word.
how they
Unique.
would say, well, let's put kale in here.
Yes, but kale, we need it to eat our vegetables, and vegetables have minerals and vitamins,
Mhm.
as you know,
Mhm.
especially the minerals. So you're going to have a little extra of other things from the whole food perspective, but the minerals are very important, especially for the bones. You need to strengthen your bones and make sure your bones are dense as well as you go through life, especially as you go through midlife. And the diet in North America, of course, tends to be more acidic, so the kale improves the alkalinity in the formula as well.
Oh, very interesting. Neat, neat. Great information, Maggie. Thank you. That's
But,
really helpful. So, where can people find your product? Or what about if they wanted to learn more? If they really wanted to dive into, because you have so many products and we can't talk about all of them on our time today, where can they get more information? Or if they want to learn more, like education wise, where can they go?
online at enerex.ca, we have the opportunity for lots of learning resources that the consumer can also learn more about various topics. Bone health, for example, would be on there. And also, in terms of our variety of formulations, one thing I want to say is that we have the capacity in terms of the actual product rollout to bring one bottle can bring many things to the consumer. So, for example, Optimal Cardio, which is our cardiovascular formula, is a triple action formulation that completely covers the entire cardiovascular system. It has high components of nattokinase, which helps with reducing clotting in the system. It has the full amount that's required for that 100 milligrams, 140 milligrams of CoQ10, very protective for the cardiovascular system. So we tend to focus on formulations that are not only evidence-based and they work, they're efficacious, but also there are formulations that will, in the long run, save the consumer money by purchasing them because they have such a wide, broad spectrum, synergistic abilities in their formulations. We have
Mhm.
a new one coming up to a vegan D3. That's the active form of D3. It is very supportive to, of course, your immune system, and your body has vitamin D3 receptors in all the cells. So vitamin D3, as you know, is very important too. This source is from Canadian pine lichen, which is plant-based, and it will not have any of the pollution that's been found in other sources of vitamin D in the natural health industry, like the lanolin or the marine source. So I'm very excited about that. That's being launched literally this month of May coming here.
So, a
So
vegan
that's
source
very
of
good.
vitamin D? All
Yes.
right. So,
Yeah.
not Lynchen. Is it Lynchen? Is another
Lynching.
source.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There.
So, you said it's pine. Say it
It's
again.
Canadian pine lichen. If you want to,
Okay.
I pronounce it
Oh,
lichen, but it's lichen.
lichen.
As yeah.
Okay. Really?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, and the other formulations, there's an eye formulation that's really super protective, antioxidants for inside the eye, outside the eye, dry eye disease, age-related macular degeneration, all of those struggles with the eyes, the blue screens that everyone's saying.
Right, right. What's in that
That's
formulation?
Ocumax. So
Ocumax.
that one has a super powerful source of astaxanthin, which is one of the
Okay.
best
Okay.
carotenoids out there.
Yeah.
It's 6,000 times more powerful than vitamin C, and it supports the outside of the eye, the dry eye issues, the eye fatigue, and also supports inside of the eye with the macula. It also has a very good amount of lutein in it, which helps with the retina health and the whole protection of the macula. I don't know if you know this, but I know because you love nutrition like myself, that the macula is a direct source. The color of the macula is a direct source of the amount of orange foods we consume.
Oh.
And this particular formula has really rich lutein, which is that orange carotenoid. That's where we get,
Hmm.
that's what we
Vitamin
get from
A.
it's vitamin A, right? Exactly. So yeah, I like to say we cover the whole body. The bone health, the stress, the digestion, the eyes, the brain, something for everyone and every part of the
Yeah,
body.
with the
Very
eye
cool.
health, I have menopausal women coming in with
Right,
dry eyes.
right.
And so they're frustrated because they're trying eye drops and, the doctor, uh, is recommending this or that, but it's a symptom of menopause.
Yes,
And it's,
exactly.
yeah, and it's addressing the menopause that will address the dry eye. But I like that formulation, what you're saying. And not only that, blue screen. We're
Right.
all on devices. This is a world that we live in, and that concerns me as well. So it's something that's protective. That is amazing. That's
Right.
amazing.
Even from, as you said, we're all on blue screen. So even from early years, like,
Oh,
young adults,
absolutely.
this would be very helpful for them to start taking. It
Mm-hmm,
would protect
mm-hmm.
the lens of the eyes. There have been some studies done that are showing that more and more people are being diagnosed with cataract degeneration at an
Yes.
earlier age in their 30s and 40s. So it would be very useful to start from an earlier age.
Well, and the trouble is that, or the concern is, we don't do anything about it until we get a diagnosis or, oh, my eyes are dry, or I'm not seeing as well as I should, or, and don't wait. Start
Correct.
now. If you're
Yes.
someone on the computer all the time, start now.
Yes.
Yeah, start now.
Preventatively is a great
That's
idea. And
right.
it's a convenient 30-day formula too. So
Right.
it
And
works
then
well.
doing the greens powder, like that's
Yeah.
preventative as well.
Good
It's covering all your
combination.
bases for sure.
Absolutely. May I say one more thing about two amazing products? So they're very unique products. They're literally for men and women. There's Sensational for women. It's because you mentioned the dry eye and you're having your ladies come in and speak to you about that. The Sensational is for that part of female life when you're embracing new things, embracing new changes, and it seems that the libido has fallen off because of the change in hormones like estrogen. And Sensational is a powerhouse to support women in that time to help to enhance libido, helps to support general mood changes that would help to literally enhance the mood that might be necessary for such activities. But the thing I like most about Sensational, it has hops in it. And hops is literally like the plant that's put into beer. I'm not telling ladies to go and drink beer, but it's a clean phytoestrogenic source. And we need more phytoestrogen since we're losing estrogen as a hormone. The phytoestrogen does not act like estrogen would in terms of a medication or a medically recommended estrogen, but it has a gentle effect. So it would rebalance hormones. It would improve lubrication. So it would also indirectly help with dry eye, but it would also help with lubrication in terms of sexual performance as well. So Sensational is an amazing product. It has so many great things in there. It has maca for energy. It has damiana for that's considered to be an aphrodisiac. So it's wonderful for ladies. And then there's a satisfaction for gentlemen, which has been almost called a natural form of Viagra. It is amazing. Both products have niacin, which is the form of B3, which improves blood flow, and you will get that niacin flush for some ladies, but at least you'll know that you're circulation and your sensitivity are on point. And gentlemen seem to really like that satisfaction a lot because it also protects prostate health. It has saw palmetto and it also has maca. So it's amazing. I like both of those very much, especially for folks who think that in midlife that their level of activity has to change. It doesn't have to. If you are in a wonderful relationship and you want to continue to enjoy your partnership in a healthy, happy environment, these are two products that can make a huge difference for you.
So when you're saying the niacinamide and the flush, would that mean that they're low in B3 if they're getting a flush, but over time they may not get a flush?
I haven't considered that part of it, but I know for sure some people react and some people don't. But either way, it still improves the sensitivity. If it is a fact that we don't have enough bees stored, I don't know for sure. But if it is a fact, I would imagine that if you are low on bees, then you'd notice it more for
Yeah, and
sure.
we need all the support we can
We
get,
do,
right?
we do, and
That was
and
really a great explanation. That was
thank
really good.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think in terms of just the supplemental world, it's so important for us to know to try to eat really good, clean, healthy food if possible in this world where everything is getting to be really pricey. If we can target formulas and know how
Mm,
to utilize them to fill in the gaps for the foods that we're missing the nutrients
mm,
from, I think
mm-hmm.
that's also a great approach. So I wanted to share the Sensational and Satisfaction with you because you mentioned about the ladies coming into the store.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, for sure. Yeah, yeah. I get more men coming in for that than
Well,
women's, right?
satisfaction. Yes. But ladies seem to be the connectors. So we seem to be
Yes,
the ones
yeah,
that bring the product to others
and they're
too.
always like, "Is that the best? Is that the best?"
Right, right. Well, you can say with confidence that satisfaction is the best. I have had feedback from our retailers on that as well.
Okay, all right. I will look into that. Thank you. Thank
Is
you.
there anything else you wanted to know?
No, I was going to say we talked about brain health, we talked about your green. So that's
I,
just your overall general,
right.
the eyes, hormones, midlife.
This is the nervous system, relief from nervous
Oh,
system relaxant. So
okay.
in
For
general,
stress.
for stress. So it
Yeah.
has a great combination of Afron, which is a patented form with over 13 studies done on it. The saffron, which is found in Europe,
Yes.
it helps with mood. It's become more popular now, but this formula is fine. It also has rhodiola, which also seems to impact the mood when they're used together, and
Hmm.
ashwagandha to stabilize the adrenal response and help
Sure.
you with energy. So it's a wonderful formula for anxiety, depression, nervousness, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I like everything you're saying. I like how they formulated these products to, like you said, the efficacy of it for the results. And if you're going to be supplementing, you want to make sure that you're getting the results that you're paying for.
Absolutely. You're not throwing away your money. You
That's
know it's
right.
going to work,
Mm-hmm,
and I
mm-hmm.
use most of Enerex products. I mean, there are a
Yes,
lot of them and I don't need
yes,
all of them, but I use
right,
most of them and I love them.
right. And so you need to assess, and like you have a private practice, but you need to assess what are you doing now? What do you need now in this time in your life? And then maybe later on you need something else. But I would say the greens are across the board, like anytime, anytime. And I would say the eye health, just from what I'm seeing and hearing. And how old would someone need to be to take the eye health?
I would say from 18 up, it's
Right.
not a
Okay.
problem.
Yeah. And
Um,
18-year-olds are not thinking about their eye health.
no, they're not, but
No.
maybe their moms are. So that's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
introduction.
yeah, yeah.
I like what you said also about the eyes and the grains, because I
Mm,
have a saying that we should always buy good glasses and protect our eyes. We should always buy good shoes to protect our feet because they take us where
mm,
we want to go.
yeah,
In
yeah.
this instance, the greens give you energy. They have a slight detoxing effect. So it can help you with some weight management. So from an Enerex perspective, because we look at the total wellness approach as well, I would say the greens and the Ocumax will take you where you need to go
Oh,
for
good.
sure.
Good.
give you some energy, and you can see you going there.
Yeah, and that's why I have blue light glasses and
Right.
it reflects, but it's
Absolutely.
protecting my eyes from
Right.
the screen. So whenever I'm doing stuff like this, I'm protecting my eyes. So yeah, yeah.
Right. I'll throw the challenge to you, Vicky. If you take Ocumax for 90 days,
Okay,
be
yeah,
able to see even better, like more
okay.
acuity in your
Yeah,
vision. You
I'm
will
gonna I'm
actually
gonna
literally
take up the
notice it.
challenge. For where I'm at, I could be taking supplements all day, and I'm kind
Of
of like
course. Of
picking and
course.
choosing what do I
Of
want, and
course.
that's why I say greens are easy,
Agreed.
and it kind of
Agreed.
covers the bases. If someone doesn't know which one to go to, greens would be the easiest.
I agree. Really
Yeah.
simple. It's food
Mhm.
based. You can literally consider that it has a good multivitamin base and the
Right, right.
antioxidants and the plant polyphenols
Yes,
and so on.
yes, yes. Well, thank you for this time, Maggie. And people, again, can go to your website, and it's Enerex, Enerex .ca,
Yeah. Yes,
Canadian
Canadian
company,
based. Yes.
Canadian-based company.
Mhm.
They can go to your website, learn more. There's an educational portal that they can
Yes.
be, if they want to dive in deeper into some of the topics that we spoke about today. And yeah, it's all there for them.
There are resources. I wouldn't necessarily call it a portal, but yes, there are
Okay.
resources. And for sure, whatever you need, you can always reach out to us, whether
Mm-hmm,
you're a
mm-hmm.
consumer or a retailer. We want to, change the face of natural health in
Sure,
Canada as
sure.
best as possible. We're huge advocates of the healthy lifestyle as a company as well. So,
Mhm.
we really believe in that. So the only other thing I'd mention is that promotion in store for further training, just to ensure that people understand what they're taking. I think it will help them. So
Mhm.
we are
Mhm.
offering a code that you can sign up for and get further understanding of all our products.
Thank you, Maggie. Thank you for your time. This is wonderful. And you are a great presenter. And yes, very thorough. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Thank you very much for taking the time to interview me. And I wish you all the best with your podcast going
Uh,
forward.
thanks. I do hope you found value in today's episode. Need help with joint pain and inflammation? Memory not as sharp as it used to be? What about eye health? Or needing a little help with intimacy? Take a moment to check out the show notes where you can learn more about Enerex botanical products and their ingredients. All their contact information is listed in the show notes below. If you are enjoying these videos, give me a like, a subscribe, leave a comment. I look at all the comments. Every time you interact with this channel, you are helping it to grow, and it is greatly appreciated.